Hello and a warm welcome to our viewers. And today we have already and once again Gosha Dushak from the Cosmic Agency. And
Yeah.
yeah, we thought about to invite her again because she's a very interesting personality and with a very interesting contact. This contact runs about chats. Normally in the internet, like we all know from the internet, and this chat contact is to some extraterrestrials that are
Mhm.
on their spaceship in the orbit of the Earth.
Sounds great.
Yes.
Nice introduction.
And we already have watched many videos of Gosha, and we think the informations Gosha has received about the chat are very great. Many things we have seen in this video, and we have seen about the informations. There are many similarities to the stuff we are working with, mostly spiritual and also political. And well, in this manner, we thought, here's Gosha from Cosmic Agency once again.
Yeah.
Hello, Gosha.
We are happy.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much, Shiva and Jonathan, for inviting me again. And hello to everybody who is watching, to my viewers and your viewers and all the cosmic viewers who might be watching as well, because they are. Now, the last time we met, I don't know, it was about a month ago or something. We talked in general about different topics, a holistic society and other spiritual matters around the topic. And then we were supposed to go into another topic at the end, and we ran out of time. And that topic was veganism and all that, and also other deep state agendas that maybe we can connect to that. But that's maybe later. So that's why we decided to do this again, to continue where we left off. Now, I don't know if I should repeat a little bit about who I talked to, or do you think it's not necessary?
No, it's great. It's a little introduction to the context.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to
Okay.
talk about the persons in which you're in contact with and who they are and from where do they come from and so on.
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are in a written, direct, live chat contact with the Taygetan Pleiadians, who are from the star system Taygeta in the Pleiades. However, I must also stress this, who we are in contact with the most are actually two females at the moment, Yashisvaru and Athena-Svaru, who are not exactly Taygetans, but they are with Taygetans on board of the starship. They grew out of the Taygetan line and that race. They still have affinity to the Taygetans. It's a long story. I'm not going to go into that, but they are what we called Svarunians. So they belong to the Svaru soul line, which is a bit different from the Taygetan culture. However, it's connected. The point here is that they are extraterrestrial people and they are biological. They are on board of spaceship Toleka, have been here for years, some of them coming and going, some of them more new to the crew, and others here longer. And we have been in this written contact with them and with others before those two girls since 2017. It's almost daily, and we communicate about different topics. It's mostly just friendship, but we also talk about things that we later decide to share in our videos. And I say we because it's me, and then it's Robert in the Spanish world, who is with the channel Despejando Enigmas, if you speak Spanish. So That's basically it. Visit our channel, Cosmic Channel. Cosmic Channel, my YouTube channel, Cosmic Agency.
I've confused you.
It's all confusing. Yes, Cosmic Agency, Despejando Enigmas, also in Spanish, Agencia Cósmica, where you can access all that information coming from them directly, word by word. This is not channeled. This is exactly how things were said and expressed by them. So without further ado, because I think last time I made a longer introduction, I don't want to waste too much time on this time. Let's go into the questions or the topics. What is it that you would like to go into?
Very good.
Yeah.
In the first moment when we have seen your videos,
Yes.
we thought that's an AI with which you are talking. Huh?
Yeah.
But after 2 or 3 videos, we thought that
that's fast.
that cannot be an AI. That's impossible because all the combination of the knowledge
And so referring to other videos,
and
our knowledge.
our knowledge, we thought, no, that cannot be an AI. Because many people has written us, hey, that's just an AI. Huh? But we don't believe this. No, that cannot be. It's impossible.
It's impossible, yes. Yes, but you reach that conclusion pretty fast, 2 or 3 videos. Sometimes it takes a bit longer.
Yeah, our intuition
Yeah,
just brought us to you and told us, no, impossible. No matter what the other people say, it's impossible.
Yeah. And nowadays, everything is AI. It's like a trend. And it's very difficult for them to actually now reach the people, because we actually talked about this in a Spanish video, in a Spanish interview with Robert 2 weeks ago, because the same question was posed. How do you know it's not the AI? It was a lady from Costa Rica who interviewed us in Spanish. And Robert was mentioning, and then I complimented that, you know, the matrix always is leveling everything to its own level. So if something is coming from the beyond its own system, like a 3D system, if it's something coming from higher, it will have to look for the explanations from its own level of understanding. So now our understanding, our level is AI. Everything is AI. Okay, so now it's something. If something is coming out of those parameters and reaching us from somewhere beyond, well, then the next explanation is with what is available by the matrix, and that is AI. It doesn't occur to people that it will be even maybe possible that the real extraterrestrial person could be sitting on the ship and talking to people. And why not? Why can't they? They are people. And also people forget that we have met actually one of them physically, and that was I think you are frozen. Are you there?
Are you too? You are also. Yeah. Now you're back.
Okay. Now it's moving. Yes. I just thought you were listening intently, but then I realized you were frozen.
we are really listening intensely, but
because your faces were like really listening. Okay. So we met with one of them. Yeah, it's funny. We met with one of them physically, and that was a biological person, and that was one of the Taygetan females. And we also heard them on voice, etc. Anyway, let's not focus too much on this, because for those of us who know, we know, and we don't want to waste too much time on these explanations. There is just too many things I could go into here to explain why we know this is not AI. But I understand that people have doubts, and they have rights to those doubts. And all I have to say is just look like you did. Look at the information. In the end, it's in the information that matters. If it moves you inside, if it expands your consciousness. Now, if it comes,
consciousness information, yeah.
If it comes and makes you think and makes you question and gives you alternative views, how to, see yourself and the reality, and expands you spiritually, metaphysically, in all these different directions, well, in the end, that's all that matters. If it comes from the blue Smurf somewhere sitting under the tree, or it doesn't really. It's the concepts that matter and the information that matters in the end. However, we know that it's not the AI. Yes.
Yeah, we have, of course, in review of the hype, what is going on in the moment with AI. You can write text with AI, you can make images, you can do everything with
voiceover with the video. I will do that for Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah, voiceover is possible, and so we have a little bit experience about working with an AI, and we know how an AI react. So that the contradictions that appear sometimes, or something like this, and that is for us another proof that it cannot be an AI, the contact you have.
Okay.
It's for the people who has written to us and said, "Oh, it's just an AI," forget it.
Just to warn you, we also, I don't know who exactly wrote you, but I know that we have like this very loyal small core of people who are against us, and they're like following everything we do, and they are always writing to the interviewers, to the organizer of the conferences. They are like on the mission to try to dismantle this, and they will never achieve that because this is real. So, but I'm just telling you that that's what's happening. On the other hand, I also had very good emails coming from this interview from your audience. And I just have to say, by the way, I apologize for not being able to write everybody back, because it's, for me, I don't do that. I don't really respond to emails because I don't have time. I really don't, because there's too many tasks actually for me to do. So I only respond if there is like something specific, like, for example, Kai, can I translate the videos into Ethiopian? Okay, yes, you can. So I would like give the permission, like something specific. But if it's just questions, spiritual questions, I don't do that in the email because I want to reach the larger audience. I don't want to talk to individual people. I want that answer. I might maybe even use that question, yes, but then I will provide the answer in the video so then everybody can benefit, not just that one specific person. So I apologize right away. It's nothing personal against none of you.
Okay, let's jump into the topics.
Yes.
Very controversial topic. Yeah, I don't know, I really don't know how to start it, but maybe with my own experience for our viewers. So my spiritual guides told me, I don't know, it's a few months ago. They showed me a picture mentally from a chicken. And they told me that's not good. So we have been vegans and vegetarian and started to eat chicken again. And then the mental picture of the chicken appeared, and the voice from my guide said, this is not good. And so we thought, shit, we need to go back to vegan or vegetarian. And then our spiritual guides sent us a video from you with veganism agenda, etc. And we thought, now it makes sense why I don't have to eat chicken. Because then we did a lot of research. We, like, months, every day for hours, we researched on this topic after we have seen your video from the Speronians about carnivore diet and veganism. And so much research, and then it makes sense why we do not have to eat chicken, because chicken, maybe we can talk about it later, is also not good for the human body, for the reptilian programmed body, but red meat, it is the best you can ever do. We are now doing it since October last year, very constantly. Sometimes there is a cake now.
Red meat.
red meat, just red meat, eggs.
From ruminants.
Ruminant meat, yes. And yeah, we have been very surprised about the information and what our spiritual guides told us. But yeah, your turn.
Yeah, we must say at first, we have tested everything.
Yeah.
We have been vegans for years.
Raw vegan.
Raw food. We have raw food diet for years. We have had vegetable diet for years, fruit diet, everything you can think about. And we have also tried keto diet. And and then we thought about, okay, we start vegan again, because all the results were not perfectly. We have had right good results, but it was not perfect. And so we thought about, what can we do? And then Shiva got her information from a spiritual guide who said, this is not good, no chicken, please. No? Because Shiva is in contact with, we call it the voice. And sometimes between sleeping and being awake, Shiva got informations about this voice. We think it's a spiritual guide, or maybe some of the crew of our starship, where we also lie in some cryogenic capsules. And and we thought, okay, we stop eating meat, we eat vegan again. But then we just have read or heard just one sentence from the source. It was just one sentence that turned everything upside down in this moment.
What sentence?
This one sentence. Something like, if you want to be healthy, eat just meat. Something like this. And we have tested everything. But we have never tested just eating meat. Never.
Okay.
By the way, the whole video about veganism was amazing, was great information. Just for the viewers, it's you need to watch it.
Okay. Thank you.
And then we thought, oh, let's gonna try it.
Let's do some research.
Just some research, and then let's go to try it. And by researching this topic about carnivore diet, this is a stable term that is used mostly in the USA. In the USA, it is very known, carnivore diet. But in Europe or other countries, it's very unknown, still very unknown. And then we have done our research, and we have found a lot of doctors, a lot of people who told in their videos why carnivore diet is better than eating just vegetables and fruits and so on. So that has started a big fight in the internet between the carnivore diets and the vegans.
Yes.
And it's a big agenda.
It's a big agenda. We have research because according to our researchers, George Soros has started the vegan movement.
Is allowed?
Who?
George Soros?
Yes.
Soros. Like he has started many other movements, wie Black Lives Matter, and
gender agenda.
I don't know.
Feminism, but the
feminism movement and many other movements. On the first view, it is great to create such a movement. But on the other hand, we all can see that these movements split the groups.
Yeah.
That's a problem. I think most humans on Earth have closed the topic about racism. Most people are no longer a racist or something like this. But the movement, Black Lives Matter, pushed it all up again and started it again to split the people. And all the other things that Soros has started, like the anti-smoking campaigns and so on. And then we thought, why should someone start to try to make the carnivore diet bad?
And just it was so amazing, interesting.
Yeah. And then we found out that, Soros and Bill Gates work together. Bill Gates with this artificial meat.
Yes.
Yeah, artificial meat. And
with no nutrition.
Yeah. In Europe, they try to, also in the USA, they try to take the peoples away from eating meat at all. Then we thought, okay. And what does the elites eat? Elites, or?
Elite?
Elites. What do the elites eat?
What do the elites eat? And we have researched what they eat on their UN conference, on their Bilderberg conferences, on
big events.
WEF and WHO conferences. What do the elite eat? They eat just meat.
Steak and hammer.
Steak and hammer.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay.
That's that's the only dinner they have on these meetings.
Yeah, and we read now that that you want to try to get the people away from meat with pressure. On all countries, we get messages from no more meat, just 10 grams of meat per day per person, and something like that, all over the world. And that's really strange. It's a big agenda, I think, and the Svarunians have a good topic opened.
Yeah.
For sure. And maybe you have some information as well. Now it's time for you. You talk so much.
Time for me. Okay. Yes, I do. And I will mention some of the points that you mentioned. So what I will say will confirm what you were saying. I have certain notes here. Okay, so I will just go through them. But first, I need to just congratulate you on your bravery, because this is actually the first interview ever that I'm doing, or the chat that we are doing, that we are going into this topic. No one ever asks me about this, and it's quite controversial. And I will not lie, we even ourselves, we took our time before we published this information, because actually we had it already for a few years, but we were sitting on it because we had different conversations. We had to glue it together to present it in some kind of a rational way, so we don't scare people away. It had to be convincing. And also, we didn't want to like you were saying, the topic is so controversial. It splits the people. It moves the boat. So we didn't want to cause too much trouble, and we were considering whether it's worth it to share it. But in the end, we shared it. But also, I have to explain this. In the very beginning, when we started this contact, and we were in contact with Svaruo Ferra. And Svaruo Ferra, she was Taigetan. And Taigetans, like a lot, if not most, I think, 5D advanced stellar races, they are vegans. Yeah. They are vegans. But their plants are very different. What they told us is that what we have on Earth is only like 10% of all the plant varieties of what they have there. So it's a totally different cultures, a totally different ecosystem. Their bodies are different, and it cannot be compared to what we have here. So when we first were talking to them, Svarovera was first telling us actually that we shouldn't eat meat, because she was saying it based on her own diet and how what she believed things should be. So I supported actually that diet myself for a very long time. I was never a total vegan, but I was like close to it, and I supported people who were vegans. I even made a video long time ago supporting the veganism, and I don't know where it is now, but I made it, and I was so sure that I'm correct. And I was very passionate about it, even though I wasn't totally vegan myself yet. But anyway, so now what happened afterwards, Taygetin started doing more intense and detailed lab analysis on the diet and the 3D humans, because it's different what they eat there, and it's different what we should eat here. And as they were investigating this more and more, they realized during their studies there in the lab that actually the 3D humans, the people here on Earth, do benefit from meat eating, and that they should, if not that they have to. Everybody is individual, and I will talk about this as well, but most people will not survive on just a vegan diet. They need meat products. Yeah, so that's why we didn't want to also publish this, because it was like kind of going against what Svarovera was saying in the beginning. So we didn't want to cause this controversy. Why change of mind? How can they change their mind? The extraterrestrials, they should have known this already. You know, we didn't want to stir the pot, but actually they do change their mind sometimes on different matters, because they are people and they always reach new conclusions. They flow with the new information. They actually encourage us to do the same. Never stick to the rigid truths and the rigid facts. Always be open to new information and be able to adapt, because that's what defines their society actually. They're always flowing with the new information. So actually, now talking about Bill Gates and Al Gore, that's actually what triggered the very Svarovera herself. She noticed that it was Bill Gates, Al Gore, and all these people, they were heavily promoting the veganism. So based on that, they started to look into this more. And they realized that there is the agenda behind this. And now I'm not going to describe the whole detailed agenda behind this. You can look at the video. It's on a veganism topic on Cosmic Agency channel. But basically, it's to do with all the other agendas that you mentioned as well, feminism and all the other agendas. There are many. There are always many agendas operating at once. It's never just one agenda, but they are all connected. And they told us that people are unable to see the connection. They are always just looking at one, racism, gender issues, or this or that. But it's all connected, and there's one driving force behind all these agendas, and veganism is one of them. So, okay, now in the video that we published, they described in detail why the humans should eat meat. I'm not going to go into this now. There are various medical reasons, but in general, here in 3D, we cannot process plant nutrients the same way as they can. And that's because not all of our DNA is activated the same way as theirs is. So that's one of the reasons why we can't process it in the same way. Now, I'm just going through my points here. Very important point is that veganism is used, they told us, as a weapon, basically, against humanity. Okay, I know it's a strong statement, but that's what they told us. And it does create and cause strong health effects in the long run. And it goes with the reduction of population. It goes with all these agendas working together. Reduction of the population.
Same conclusion we found.
Yeah. reduction of the population, because many points, maybe we can point it out. Some, do you know some?
Yes.
Because when you eat red meat, your potentia gets very strong, and when you eat vegan, it's like you are getting impotent,
weaker. Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. To make there are more points about reducing the population, but this is one of it, because veganism
and making them more docile, because they are becoming very soft and very, very docile. Of course, we are generalizing, not everybody, because some vegans will jump and no, I'm very strong and whatever.
Yeah, but first 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
2 years. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, the main factor is if you are vegan, your libido is lowering.
Yes.
More and more. And so you don't have really interest in sex after years, maybe. And that's the agenda behind this.
Just
and
yes.
Yeah, it's one point. The other point is the illnesses of the plants. The plants try to defend themselves. Animals can run away. That's their defense system.
Yeah.
Animals run away.
Yeah.
But plants cannot run away.
Good point, yes.
So they create a defense substance.
Like lectins, oxalates, lectins.
And as you said, in the long run, their effects on the body. Autoimmune diseases or diabetes, inflammations in the body.
The main problem is the inflammation in the body through the defense chemicals, and through the inflammation, all of our civilization diseases came up, right? Yeah. And also it's just carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that the insulin is just up, down, up, down, up, down. And insulin and inflammation makes everything worse in the body on long term. And that's a lot of people benefit from ill people. So,
Yeah, it's very interesting, because you can watch this on yourself, on the digestion. You can see meat can be processed by the body for 95%.
With nutrition.
Yeah.
And plants just for 5%. And that's because if you are vegan, you have to go on toilet 1, 2, or 3 times a day.
Okay. Didn't know that. Okay.
While with meat, you can go to toilet maybe
twice a week.
Once a week?
Twice.
Or something.
Twice a week.
Yeah, because the body is using everything.
Okay.
Just 5% not.
And we feel so much better. A lot of stuff is dissolved and so much more energy. You cannot believe it. It's it was a good try. And we still stick to it. We will, but we will do some. Sometimes we will eat a cake, maybe.
Okay. Okay. You are much better than me, because actually myself, I feel like I haven't actually implemented the meat diet so well yet. There are different reasons for that. That's maybe another topic. But yeah, I don't think, I don't know, there's still something psychological in me, that prevents me from fully like just jumping on meat. And I don't know, because for me, the animal suffering and all that, and killing of the animals, that's a big aspect here. And that's also another point that we talked with them about as well. And they don't deny that the animal suffering, that's undeniable. It's a problem. However, in the end, they said to us, it's you or animals, choose. The 3D Earth is a difficult place for all beings, both animals and people. But in the end, you are there. You need to choose your life or their life. That was basically that's the ultimatum That's how it is. So anyway, yeah.
I have a point for it, because also the animals decide to come here and to do their job is a hard word, but to do what they have to do. Also, when you go into a zoo, the animals decided, okay, this lifetime I go to the zoo so that people can watch me. I don't like zoos because it's animal in a prison, but but they
like
also
the humans in the Matrix.
the humans in the Matrix.
The humans in the Matrix, yes.
But they choose to do it because they love people so much. So they do it because of love, the animals.
Yeah, it could be viewed from that perspective for sure. Yeah, there are a lot of ethical aspects here to consider, and in the end, everybody will choose themselves what's more important for them. Now, I just want to go back to the agenda thing. They told us about these agendas all being connected. I'm going to read this sentence. Maybe it's going to be too strong because it contains the word maybe the YouTube doesn't accept. Okay, let's see.
We will beep it out.
Okay. Yeah, the way they are implementing agenda, well, they said 21 here, but because that's older information, but now it's I guess agenda 30. It's not as something concrete, but as the sum of several small agendas that humans can only see as isolated issues, and not as coordinated attack that in sum gives a very strong result against humanity, and that is genocide. I suggest bleeping this word out because I think YouTube picks it up and it will delete your video. So genocide. Anyway,
we will beep it twice.
Yes. Now,
what we go away from Earth.
Yes. Now, what they recommend actually, but it's impossible for us to accomplish that at the moment. And please don't be scared of what I will say. I'll explain. Is the artificial meat, but hey. Wait, it's not the artificial meat as it is promoted by the Bill Gates and all the other people. It's the artificial meat that some advanced stellar races produce. Like, for example, Alpha Draconians, they used to eat meat, but they eat artificial meat. And also Urmas, yes, the feline cats, cosmic cats, the strongest warriors out there. They also eat meat, but it's artificial. They grow it actually from the cell. So they grow the whole meat from the beginning. They never kill any animal. So that would be like a solution, with all the animal suffering and everything. It's just that it's not available yet. And they totally discourage eating artificial meat as it is developed on Earth at this point. That's not the solution. And now, another important point is that people are wondering whether eating meat lowers your frequency, because it is eating the suffering and eating whatever the energy. They told us with the new information that it has nothing to do with the frequency lowering, and if it does, it is only due to your own ideas attached to it. So whatever intention, whatever you see in the process of meat eating, that's what you will lower or raise your frequency, because in the end, it's all your thoughts that determine your vibratory state. That's it.
I'm thankful to the cow that is healing me every time when I eat. I'm thankful for the cows because now the cow is healing me, my body. And and we do not have any feeling of lowering frequency, because there is thankfulness and appreciation. Yes.
And it doesn't. And some ideas are circulating that if you eat meat, you will not ascend and all that. And Svarovera herself, in the beginning, believed that. But as I said, they always adapt to new information. And after a few years, she decided that's actually not how it is. It's all your ideas that create that state that will permit you to ascend or not ascend. Although I don't like that word either; it's very new agey. I like to talk about expansion more than ascension. Anyways, just words. So now, what also I want to mention that when they provided this information to us, they didn't like it either. They were actually quite angry, and because they are vegans themselves, they didn't like this. The animals are very important for them. On board of their ship, they have a lot of cats. They are surrounded by cats, and they have other animals, and they don't even keep really animals as pets. They don't have like horses. They don't have horses, for example. They don't ride any animals because they respect them so much. So when they discovered this, and that there is agenda behind this, they were very angry because animals are important to them as well. But then we were thinking, okay, they were thinking, if we say nothing, I will read this. If we say nothing, we work for the cabal, and we are just another run-of-the-mill New Age spiritual channel or repeater. If we reveal this, it will seem like we go against the animals. So it's a lose-lose situation. It's not justified. However, in the end, it is human abuse or animal abuse. You choose. And they say this, animal suffering is present, yes, but you cannot be a perfect and divine angel, clean, being there in 3D. You can't even hear, let alone there in 3D. It's part of the experience of living there, whether chicken or human. There are other options for food, yes, but it is a process, and it is not solved by throwing blame, because some eat something and others eat something else. That is separation, division, and that is precisely what the controllers want. That's an important point.
Yeah, very important.
Very important. Don't feel guilty about whatever you feel you need to eat. Don't start throwing blame at others for choosing what they are choosing for themselves. And as she says, what they want, the controllers, is precisely that conflict, that separation and division, and us at each other's throat, because we want to eat something different. Well, if you want to eat something different, eat. And then the other person eats something different. That's okay. Mm-hmm. So now I have another important point, but that is about the star seeds, and how they are taken advantage of in this situation. But I will stop here, maybe if you want to add any points from yourself.
One point, because what life counts more? A grasshopper or a mouse? What do you think?
Yep. Well, I think both matter. Right. Is it a tricky question?
What counts more? A mouse or a rabbit?
Same.
Same, or? What counts more? A rabbit or a bird? Or a rabbit or a cow? What counts more? And if you harvest a field of wheat, maybe, you kill thousands of grasshoppers, thousands of mice, no?
Families.
Families of mice and birds, snails, and what else? And if you kill a cow, you just kill one cow.
Not thousands of small animals.
Yeah, and that's about our comment to the question about the ethical principle that most vegans defend.
And that is a point that is also mentioned in our videos about the ecosystems of veganism and how it affects the whole ecosystem. Because people think they are saving the planet or saving the ecosystem by going vegan and protecting the environment, but actually, and I don't have the exact details, it's not in my notes, this part, but actually they told us that it actually does more damage to the ecosystem than having a normal animal farm. Read again the transcript on a website, zvaru.org. If you don't want to look at the video, you can look at it in transcripts, veganism. We also have a follow-up video, questions and answers from the public, with Yaski Zvaru also, who also contributes more on this topic. So
the problem is, for most people who tend to be a vegan, for me myself too, I tend to be, if I could I would eat fruits. And that's the problem, because deep inside of me, I know I'm from a planet where they just eat vegan or just eat fruits. And so that's why that's the agenda. They use our healing deep inside against us. But our bodies are not the 5D bodies. We have just 3D bodies, not the 5D bodies. So every body tends to be a vegan deep inside, but it's not possible here on Earth. Maybe in some time we can reprogram when our consciousness is really expanded. We can reprogram our body, or our bodies will be lighter, and then we can switch to fruits again. But now in this state of consciousness, we need to eat meat to get, or to stay healthy or get back to good health.
Yes, it's very important what you are saying, and it ties in with my next point, and I can't wait to express it too. It's exactly right what you're saying. They are taking advantage of our own inner memories, because we as starseeds will remember. We remember a different lifestyle. We remember living in a different society where we don't eat meat, where we don't have to kill animals. We are vegans, like Taygetans are vegans. So the starseeds will fight for it first. So for the veganism, starseeds already come in with a fighting power. They're here to change the system. Hey, so the controllers are thinking, okay, let's throw in there something for them to fight for. Something for them to fight for. And we're going to use their fighting spirit. Huh? Yeah. We're going to use their we're going to use their fighting noble spirit, fight for the animals and justice and health. And we're going to turn that against them, because in the end, they want to eliminate not only the human population, but especially starseeds. Right. They want to reduce starseed population. So they are turning this whole agenda against the people. They are using their sentiments of empathy, compassion toward animals that most Matrix people probably don't have. Now here, some positive ETs are also supposedly promoting veganism, but they told us that that's because Matrix and some of these ideas also reach up there. So it's that Matrix doesn't necessarily end here. Some of the ideas continue extending into space. This ties in with the Federation. So some of their data also concerning Earth humans may have conflicted information there. So there's even friction among the races themselves, what the humans on Earth should eat or should not eat. But yes, going back to the starseeds, that's a very important factor here, that they are using our love for animals and our subconscious memories of how we used to live. And we are trying to bring it here because, hey, that's our role, right? We are trying to bring in and emit into the Earth Matrix what we are. But it doesn't work like that, because we are trying to implement the diets from stellar places into the planets that have developed into a totally different way of being. And the human bodies are different, and they have different needs. And we have to acknowledge that, as much as it hurts us because of the animal aspect. So I want to make a pause. If you want to add anything to this.
No, at the moment not.
Okay.
It's true. It's a great information that we carry on a subconscious level all the knowledge from our planet. And we take the subconscious knowledge into the Matrix. We use a 3D body. And with this 3D body, we still have access to our subconscious knowledge and compare always. And that, of course, as you have said, it is possible to misuse this factor.
Yes.
Because, the starseeds for the deep state is a pain in the ass. So
yes.
And so they are also agendas against starseeds, of course.
And they are very smart, and they know they have been at it for a very long time, for centuries at this battle. They know how to play this chess, and they are using these waves of incoming starseeds I mean, look at this. The veganism like strongly started just recently in the last, I don't know, decades. I don't know exactly the history of veganism. For sure, it existed before, but like it was on a large scale, it's just now. And that's where these waves of starseeds started coming in here as well in the last 50 years or so. So it adds up here. It makes sense. It's very coherent. So now another point. Some people might ask, because I asked this question, why was this discovered just now? Like, why did you, my Toleka family friends, have discovered this now after being here for such a long time? Well, the answer was just this, that it was discovered now because it's only now that it's been so promoted on such a large scale. So before, they were not even looking into this so deeply themselves. So that was the answer. Okay, another point, some people question, okay, we have teeth, right? The teeth are not for meat eating. But what they told us about this point is that humans, we are Lyrian descent. We come from Lyrians, who are space humans. And those Lyrians are vegan. So that's why we still have those teeth, because we are basically Lyrians still. However, today we are humans. 3D people. So that was the answer that I got on this topic. There are many more points, by the way, mentioned in the video. I'm just like going through some of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the end, what they told us is that some people can make it, yes, when if they are vegan, but most cannot, because now for sure many of you that are watching who are vegans, and you say, for sure, I'm healthy. I am great. I've been on a vegan diet for 15 years and I have no pains and I have a lot of energy and my sexual life is great too. You're lying. So now what they told us about this is that, well, some people can make it, but also another reason for this is that veganism is usually attached and connected to other healthy lifestyle choices and factors. So the vegans are not just interested in improving themselves in a diet, but they are also implementing other healthy lifestyle choices. So those will be also improving their health. It's all connected. So those other healthy choices may make up for some of that diet damage that is happening. So that's why they might be healthy. Or it simply didn't catch up with them yet, because it's usually developing slowly or faster for others. Or maybe simply you are one of those vegans that can make it, that are okay with that diet. It suits you, and which is okay. But most people cannot. Most normal, ordinary people. Also, you have to remember that usually the vegans take a bunch of supplements. Even them themselves say, you have to be vegan in a right way. It has to be done correctly. Well, what does it mean? Well, then it means that the vegan diet itself is not the right way, because you have to somehow complement or do it what's the right way? So in the end, no need to feel about eating meat if that's what you feel you should eat. Listen to your body, like what you did in your case. You try different things. So try that, try this, try that, try different approaches, and choose what suits you. They told us that veganism is good as an energetic cleanse. Like if you want to cleanse, okay, that could be good for you. But in the end, you must listen to your body, and there is no one suitable diet for all population. It's going to be individual to each one of you. So no need for friction, no need to fight. Remember, that's what they want. Eat what makes you feel healthy. In the end, that's what's important. Being healthy, that's what raises your frequency and keeps you in good connection with source. It doesn't mean that if you are not healthy, let's not create another controversy here. If you are not healthy, it doesn't mean that your frequency is not high or something. It's just that, what did they tell us here on this topic? 1 second. Diet, okay, they tell us diet is only important in terms of keeping your body healthy. So whatever it is that keeps you healthy, that's right path for you and stick to this. And you mentioned keto diet. Actually, Yasky mentioned that this is her favorite diet. This is actually how she eats herself. So she did mention that it was one of the best diets that they studied. They studied that, and it's pretty healthy for humans.
Yeah, so we just discovered, yeah, we feel good on the vegan or vegetarian. We feel good. We didn't feel like ill. We have some small issues, but nothing that we felt bad with. We felt healthy. But then when we switched to carnivore, then we realized how much better we can feel. Normally, you didn't realize on vegan or vegetarian, even if you feel healthy, that you can feel so much better.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we realized afterwards. Yeah, no.
I definitely believe you. I feel I would have to try it myself also, I guess more. I still eat a little bit of everything. Not just meat. I like to mix. I have to admit, my diet is not like super great. I mean, it is good, but it's not. It could be improved. But just because some people think, if we are sharing this information, and right away I'm some kind of a diet guru, and I apply this to myself on every single thing. No, I still have to work on myself. I'm just a person who happened to have this experience. I'm sharing our contact information, but it doesn't mean I am some sort of an example to follow, and now I have to stick up to my live up to my words. And no, I still have room to improve, and one of those areas is the diet. I know it, and I admit it.
Yeah, we recommend not to do it. I will do it now forever. I will do it for 3 months, and I will take my time to to make my transition to the carnivore. We took like 2 months for the transition to full carnivore diet. So we ate a lot of cheese and cream and eggs and something like that. So we took 2 months. It took 2 months, and then we said, okay, now we just do 3 months. After the 3 months, we said, okay, we just do 6 months. Now we decide we will do it for maybe forever, but with exceptions, of course.
Yeah.
But can I ask you, like, what do you eat exactly? Because you said just meat. Like, what do you eat for breakfast? Meat, lunch, meat. Like, how do you prepare it?
Normally.
Mainly just steak.
Yeah, for breakfast.
Steak, ghee, and eggs. That's the main diet.
For breakfast too.
It depends because
it would be the best.
It depends because sometimes it depends on the months here. Sometimes we eat just lunch and dinner. At the moment, we eat breakfast and lunch and dinner. So we prepare cheese in the oven. That's it. And egg.
So you don't add any salad on the side. Nothing.
No plants.
Wow.
Possible.
Wow. Shiva, can you show your cup? We have some kind of connection. Look at this.
What's wrong with us?
We both have we didn't agree on this. We both have red shirts, and last time we had black shirts, and now we have very colorful cups.
And shiny.
Shiny cups. Yeah. And last interview, you both were black shirts, oh?
Yeah, black shirts, both, yes. And now red. No talking before. No agreeing on this. Yeah. And we have big foreheads too. Yeah, so anyway. So the meat, wow. But this is very interesting for me. But
we don't have hunger. No hunger, no cravings. You don't eat. You need to eat just 2 or 1 time per day. Normally, well, I'm so hungry on vegan or normal diet. I need to eat every hour. I was so hungry, really.
Yeah. And now, what about like snacks? Like, do you crave snacks? Like when you're watching a movie or something, and you don't want to eat something?
If you have enough fat, you don't have craving. Eat fat.
Wow. But I want to repeat what you said, Jonathan, about that Okay, so you eat meat that is organic, that is coming from cows that are not vaxxed, and they are eating healthy food. So that's what they told us as well, of course, that you have to always choose the best meat in that way.
Because the cows just eat grass.
Normally.
Normally, that's all. They don't need wheat or maize or something like this.
It's not good
or
for
corn, also, it's not good for them.
Wheat makes humans sick and the cows sick. But what get people mostly to eat and cows? Wheat. So, no, you know, big agenda, the wheat thing.
A big agenda's there. Now, I think that maybe it's better because I'm looking at the time. It's going to be a longer video.
Yeah.
We can just finish here without going into other agendas. It will also confuse and prolong the video, you know, because there are other things I was going to go to, like electric car. Because, okay, maybe you want to keep this. There are other agendas also connected. There are many lies that the deep state is promoting, not just this. Like, for example, the whole moon and Mars farce. We have never been to the moon. That's what they confirmed to us. The electric cars, it's not as good as you believe. That's the agenda there as well. I could talk about this, but we don't have much time now. And nuclear energy, nothing to fear. They told us specifically there's nothing to fear there. It's another fear-mongering, scare tactic. And nuclear bombs do not even work the way we are told. You can watch the videos on this as well about how the nuclear bombs work. So nothing to worry about there. And nuclear power plants are not what you think. They are there to terraform their surroundings and not really produce electricity. They produce but little. Anyway, that's another topic. All this you can investigate in our channel. And yeah, we can go into all this, but I think it's going to be too much. Maybe let's just keep this for the veganism.
Maybe just for a moment we can step in.
Can you repeat?
Maybe for just a moment we can step in. Just counting the deep state agendas that are still hidden from the peoples on this world.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, all this that I mentioned, electric cars is a big agenda as well. They mentioned to us because they are seeing that as another tool to control people, and it's explained in details in the videos. Because the electric vehicles, as well as everything that is connected to the internet, will be more and more under the centralized control of those people who are in power. So they can shut it off at any moment, and people will not be able to move around as those cars have limitations of all kinds. 1 second. I'm losing you here. 1 second. Where are you? 1 second. Okay. So another agenda that is connected with this is the climate change, the whole agenda of the supposed climate change. Here, they told us this. It should be mentioned that the cabal's allegation is that combustion cars release large amounts of CO2 that cause climate change. This is a lie, since CO2 is not a pollutant and is necessary for the synthesis of planetary life. It has also been proven that there is no climate emergency, and that this is all a big lie to use as an excuse to impose control agendas on the population. And oil is not scarce at all. It's a highly renewable fuel. It's plenty of it. Now, they told us that they are not against the electric vehicles in itself. In fact, all advanced stellar societies used zero-point electric vehicles and all that. But it's just that what we have here is a caricature of what they have there. So, as Maris Varu said, the biggest problem I see with electric vehicles on Earth is that they are being used as a control agenda to leave the vast majority of the human population with no private transportation of their own, making them dependent on the system. So these are just a few points that I have here on the topic of electric cars specifically, but there are many more you can read on our website. what else do you want to go into? Of course, there is a huge agenda behind transgender thing, which is another sensitive topic. But yeah, there is agenda there. It's all connected. It's all connected. You have to all be able to connect the dots always. Yes.
Just for reducing the people. No?
Yes.
Just the agenda behind this. No? We can see it in every agenda somehow. No? That it is important. No? According to our informations, of our inner informations, we work with spiritual dissociation. That's a technique we use to receive such informations from above. And one of these informations was there are no 8 billion people on this planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another lie.
Maybe. If maybe we have at the highest point, maybe 2.5 or maybe 3 billion. It's the highest amount of people on this planet, and not 8 billion.
And and that's not even, sorry?
It's also very strange. And we think the deep state has a very big interesting to keep the peoples in a kind of false reality.
Yes, of course.
Understand what I mean? Don't tell the truth, so to say. No? So we found it very interesting that Swaru said, what about the ISS space station? There's nobody in there. Huh? Very interesting sentence from Swarus. No? Nobody in the ISS station? What is it all about? Once again, fails reality. Or about the nuclear plants.
Standing on ley lines.
Yeah, standing on ley lines.
Yeah.
And
basically, yeah.
And they try to transform our climate, or it's, as you said, a kind of terraforming. It's very interesting.
Basically, what they told us is that almost everything here in our system is a lie and is false, and nothing works as you think it does. Here they said, I insist that everything is false there, even, but that's like more metaphysical here subject, even including the apparent struggle between good and evil, Federation of Light's commandos fighting on the moon for the liberation of Earth. But that's like another layer of the lie given by the alternative circles, because there are layers of lies. So we have official lies, like official matrix lies that we are talking about, nuclear plants, electric cars, all these agendas, and then we have these alternative circles layer of lies.
Right.
That is also very important, and that includes all these, for example, liberations for the moon and liberations for the Earth. They told us that is a direct reflection of the human mentality and the three-letter agencies trying to confuse the awakening people. History, as they tell us, did not happen that way. The wars never obey the reasons that we are told. Diseases are not as we are told. Everything is upside down, but this is the nature of this reality. And we could also argue here, like with the animals, that we knew this as we were coming in. We wanted to experience this upside down reverse world and see what it's like to live within these limitations and false realities.
Yeah, so the programmed the extras, the non-real people, to play us the role of having a disease, getting older, dying.
Yes.
It's just a game so that the starseed think, oh yeah, right, I can get disease. I'm getting older. Someday I die. It's just a game that they play for us, so we imitate it and believe it that this is a real thing, dying, diseases, and
I know. Yes, yeah. I know. They are like placed there to confirm to us, to demonstrate to us what they want us to believe. And
Right.
I know this. I know that this is like my personal story, but I noticed this more and more, like with the age thing imposed on women. Like, okay, like for example, here in this society, like when you get to be 40 or something, it's like you are getting older, and there's always this idea that you have to be 20 or something. But there's something in my subconscious mind, for me, being 40 or being 50, it's like it's nothing. I mean, you still look the same there in the advanced planet, right? It doesn't matter if you are 20 or 40 or 50, you still look the same. It's just like it's just a digit. It means nothing. But and I start to feel like this kind of a rebellious attitude within me for the society imposing on me that at a certain age that's wrong, or that you are becoming uglier, or you are getting older. Like, what is that? This is like false. Get this out of me. Like, this is not my reality. Like, you're imposing this on me. Why is a 40 or 50-year-old woman older, getting old? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I feel super young and super fresh, even though I am 45, but I'm starting to feel this imposition of the matrix on my age perception.
Yeah,
and yeah, go.
Yeah, normally our bodies gets over 1,000 years old. Our bodies, when we are back, 50 bodies are between 1,000 and 2,000 years old. And here we are getting 60 to 80. Huh? That could not be.
But I feel like it's imposed, like it's something fake about it. I can't explain it. It's a false construct that is imposed by the Matrix, by the movies, by the comments in the series. Like, what is this? This is not mine. Like, get off me. But I'm starting to feel annoyed because I start to feel like this dominant frequency of the collective is starting to get into me. And I'm starting to perceive myself as the Matrix perceives a 45-year-old woman. No, and this is not my own perception. I know, but it's like invading me sometimes, and it's like I feel this conflict. Like, this is not my thought. Get out of my head. It's not mine.
You are absolutely right, because we have seen this in the spiritual dissociation. We have absolutely clearly seen death does not exist. Diseases do not exist. It's just the extras that plays a role for you. So, and get the idea in your mind. So we have seen it.
Yes.
And then no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like they are implanting ideas in your mind. It's so strong. And I must make an interjection here, though. Like, they do have certain diseases in their society, but it's different. They understand the diseases in a different way. They understand the roots of some of these diseases, not all of them, not exactly as here. And they have different healing modalities and therapies, and they know how to apply their thoughts, and their attitudes to heal themselves. They like to heal themselves naturally. And they have all these, technological pods to regenerate themselves and all that. But it takes much longer. It doesn't manifest as much as here. Here, it's like it's directed that way. So it manifests faster by the controllers and by the dominant frequency of this planet. But anyway, that's actually one of the reasons why the Federation and other controlling races believe they don't have to step in and help, because according to them, and that's like another point, this is a very short, chaotic, limited experience that, you will go in and you'll be out very fast. So it's just for the experience. It's a game, so it doesn't really matter. It's for the nurturing of your soul. So it's okay, whatever happens there. They are very permissive. So anyway, we could talk about different points here.
No, of course.
That's right.
It's very interesting. The target or the goal of the deep state, it's just to keep the people in the false reality, never tell the truth.
In the sleeping state.
To disorientate the people.
Yeah.
Never can say what is real and what is false. And the same with the agendas. We think it's good for us. Oh, we have too many people on this world. We have to do something against this problem. No?
Yes.
But there are not so many people on this world. No? But who invented this information, who has spread this information, that so many people on this planet. And even if it would be 8 billion on this planet, they would have all together place in one US state, in the USA.
They told us that there is no overpopulation, that that's another lie. I don't remember now specific number, but there is definitely no overpopulation. What there is overpopulated cities. So you have clusters of population living in one specific area, and it feels like you are overpopulated, but you're not. And there's also an element of false people as well. Not everybody is real, but they seem like they are. So I don't know. Do we count them or not? I don't know.
I don't know if we count them. I don't know.
That's the other question. Yeah.
That's another question. Do we consider those? But yes, they told us that basically they are so incredibly annoyed, and not annoyed. That's not the word. It's so unfathomable. Is that the word? Unimaginable, unfathomable. That there are so many lies fed to the people, and they, from up there, they can see them so very clearly. And it's so frustrating for them to see that people cannot connect the dots, but at the same time, they understand we are here so swamped by those lies. It's very hard for people to discern, very hard. But for them up there, they know, most of the time they know. So they are like scratching, they're ripping their heads sometimes, like, oh my God, why can't you see this? Especially this happened in the last 2-3 years with what. That was especially the topic that was getting on their nerves so much, because they couldn't understand why people are not getting this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I try to tell them, and which they know this, that we are just so immersed in the lies from the birth. So it's very, very difficult for us sometimes to know what's real and what's not. And especially if the web of lies continues, like I said, into the alternative circles. So you think you wake up, and then there's, another web through which you need to navigate. More layers. And even then, they are also waking up to their own layer or layers of matrix. Like, they are finding out things about the Federation. They don't know what's going on every single level. The Federation topic, this goes all the way to Saturn, and they don't know. They don't have details.
It's a big hypnosis on the people, laying on the people. There's a machine making people like in a little trance, and if they are in a little trance.
Trance, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's much easier to tell them lies and to manipulate them, and they will get these lies more easily because they are in the little trance state. So, but people don't get that because they cannot see the machine. So it's pretty bad.
Well, but at the same time, like they always say, go with the data that you have at hand, analyze, study, be vigilant, and see what's around you. Question things, question everything, and trust, your intuition and what you have at hand. But never get fixated on that either. And always keep looking for more and adapt to new information. And don't be too frustrated at yourself with yourself even if you acknowledge that you made a mistake with some conclusion that you had before, like it was with veganism and Svaro Ferra. She felt bad herself for promoting that. She believed in the end that she was helping the cabal, and but at the end, she understood that you can work with what you have at hand, and that's all. So that should give you some peace of mind there, and don't feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice conclusion.
Yes.
Conclusion. I cannot make it.
Hmm.
Well, yeah.
So, oh, I don't know. The deep state agendas are very complicated for many people.
Yes.
Not easy to tell them the agenda and how it works, because there's so many agendas that we cannot really say how many exist, but it's a very wide range of agendas, and with a big influence. Some have a lower influence, some have no influence, but the most agendas are working. And the main point in this manner is split and rule. That's the main agenda. Split the people so that they fight each other. And the elites can watch them fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the purpose of the conflict always is the conflict itself. For the elites is to stir the conflict and watch it play out and confuse the people so they don't have any foundations, so they don't know what's what, and they can't tell the lies. Another agenda is also feminism. They mentioned that as well. And that also goes for all the people who are saying that they are feminists. They are just like some kind of space feminists. No, because they are not. They have a very, very defined gender roles actually in their society, and men are very men and women are very women. And this doesn't mean that, for example, women have to cook, and no, that doesn't mean that. The activities always change, but there are just certain things that are more masculine, and they are not going forcibly against that, like here in our society. And so they are very strict on this as well, that on Earth, it's this destruction of genders, basically, what's happening, which also has to do with the reduction of population. But that's another also a sensitive topic. But they are definitely not feminists themselves. They respect their men very much and cherish them very much, even though men are not so talkative. So that's why we talk mostly to women. It's not that the women dominate their society. No, not necessarily. The women there are more leaders. That's actually the case, yes. But that's because they want to be. It's not that the men are not allowed. No, it's just that men leave it to women, as women are more diplomatic and communicative and organized in that way. So like the genders have their roles there in their society. They don't try to like forcibly mix the roles go against their nature, because sometimes naturally men has certain tendencies and the women have certain tendencies, and that's something to celebrate. It's beautiful. We don't have to like shatter that in the name of equality. So that's one of the agendas they mentioned as well. Anyway.
Yeah,
a very interesting topic, because there are so many agendas, no? And we here in Paraguay can see the agendas more clearly. Because, more clearly than you are in Europe. When you
like which kind of agendas? Which agendas are there?
Yeah, many agendas, no? Starting from chemtrails to medical things, papaya and so on, and many other things. And
frequency therapy.
Yeah, frequency therapy.
What? Frequency therapy?
No, it's like 5G.
Oh, okay.
Ironically speaking. No?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So here's nothing, no chemtrails, no frequencies, nothing. So you have definitely a clearer mind, and on Carnivore, such a clear mind, so you can see all the stuff that is around you, and you're not in this stuff. So it's interesting to watch what is outside of your world now. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you have no brain fog anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That explains what I was saying before, that we are here so immersed in these lies and these agendas everywhere that they are so saturating every fiber of our being that we don't know anymore, because we are becoming one with them here in this society. But when you are on the outside, just like I was saying, that them on the ship, they're outside. So that's why they can see it much more clearly. And it's just becoming so obvious then.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what else to mention. I have the nuclear plant. Just a short information, if you want me to mention that. About the they told us that about the nuclear plants, we believe they create electricity, for example, but they are terraforming plants, and that means they generate a minimal amount of energy, minimal amount to the power grid. Why? Because most of it is used as a generator of frequencies that alter the surroundings. And that's why they are above the ley lines, because that way they maximize their effects. And why they are doing this, among other reasons, is so that the deterioration of the earth is no longer compatible with humans as we know them, and is more compatible with lower astral beings. That's another agenda here that we have, which is to do with the elites and their cooperation with the lower astral beings, and all that.
Open the portal, please.
Yes. So they are trying to make the earth compatible with the entry of those lower astral beings, so that the earth and the humans are more compatible with those lower astral beings. So as you see, this goes deep and deep and deep. There's layers of agendas everywhere, but the most important point is all connected.
Right. Lately, we watched my guide told me that we both need to eat more salt. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, let's do this. I don't get explanation why. But then 1 week later, we saw your video on Odyssey. I think it was Odyssey.
Yeah.
About the salt agenda. It was so amazing. Then, that's why we need to eat more, because the voice told us to eat more salt. Now I know why. Swaru told me, because of the zombification and something like that.
Yeah, exactly. What was that about the sodium? That video is on the Odyssey.
It's because when you do not have enough salt, the nervous system get the salt, magnesium, and the stuff in it goes into the nervous system and make it like a fluid. And if you do not have salt, you get it's like a zombification, because of the nervous system does not work really good then. And also the fluoride. So
yeah, right. Yeah, I don't remember now exactly. My memory sometimes with all this information fails me because there's so much. But yeah, definitely, she was mentioning the sodium. Interesting that she also received this information in a sort of a vision. Like, I don't think it was some kind of a study that they did, but it was something that she received, because she also receives information, because she's not like, they are not all and be all and that's it, they know it all. They also have their version of the spirit guides and other intelligences that also guide them and inspire them. We are always part of a larger being above. So that's where she got this information, was from some kind of a higher self that even governs herself. So that information is on Odyssey, because that was too delicate for the YouTube or on our website transcript. But it was about sodium and zombification, how the controllers don't want to eliminate sodium. Sorry?
Yeah, the controllers want people don't eat salt or just eat fluoride salt, but you need to eat a lot of Himalayan salt, because Himalayan
Yeah,
salt
of course.
82 minerals in it. So, and I don't know exactly why, but my voice and Jesse's voice told us to eat more salt. So we should all eat more salt.
And I love salty things, by the way. So that's great. Yes. I'm sorry if I don't remember much more on the sodium subject, for example. I don't remember everything. That's why sometimes I like to prepare, because otherwise I don't remember from my head.
Yeah. It's so many information over the years from the Swaros and Taygetan, so for sure.
There are many lies. The salt lie, the cholesterol lies.
Oh yeah.
The fat
exactly.
lie. Yeah, all these lies. No. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what else to add. I'm gonna be honest. I went through my notes.
Yeah,
no, it's fine. It's a lot of stuff, and normally we could talk for days about lies from the agenda. So.
Actually, I do have one more thing to say about the nuclear energy. Sorry, I'm just looking at the notes, and I think it's important for people to know, because this is something they are hitting people with those nuclear energy, nuclear atomic conflicts. They told us nothing to worry about there. First of all, because that's not how nuclear bombs work. I mentioned that, and also because, and this is what Mari said, because all those controllers and the secret societies and even the dark entities they worship, none of them really desire the destruction of a large region of Earth, much less of the entire humanity, because they have no use for such a level of destruction. They profit from isolated wars, so they love regional conflicts. They promote them all over and just about all the time, the regional conflicts. But the controllers and their entities do not benefit from nuclear destructions of everything, because they need a constant supply of human and animal suffering, and not one big event and then nothing.
Yeah.
So that's important. So nuclear, atomic wars and all that, this is just a theater. They don't even need to create real events, as they told us. They are just promoting false events. They don't need to create real events. That doesn't benefit them in that way. So that was mentioned also.
Yeah. According to our information, so we have similar information that the talk about nuclear war on the world and so much is just for frighten the people. Huh?
Yeah. There is nuclear, radioactivity, poison in Chernobyl or something like that. It's not there.
We have a video on what happened in Chernobyl again. I'm like plugging in the promotional comments for people to go to watch the videos.
We didn't watch that's our
we have the video.
It's our information too. No radioactivity in that area or in Japan.
Oh, you are frozen.
And keine Stimme mehr. Shit.
And no voice.
Hi.
Back again.
Yes. So we have a video on Chernobyl as well, and they also told us that the nuclear weapons, that they don't work as we are told, because the energy cannot be released as a human science claims. But they said it doesn't mean that they are not using energy weapons, of which they do not tell the people of their existence, and they are not telling people of the existence.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're frozen.
Shit.
Yeah.
There?
Oh, yeah, now it's back. Okay.
Now you are back. Last sentence.
Did you hear me?
Partly. Just
do I okay. Do I repeat about
the moment is very lagging.
Yeah, maybe we can. Okay, it's okay. It doesn't matter. I don't have to say this. If you want to just say the ending words and we finish then. because I said everything I wanted to say, almost anyway.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Now you are pixelated. The internet connection is unstable.
We will finish.
Yeah.
Dear Gauja, thank you for this great talk with you. It was like always a great pleasure to meet you and to having you here. And we hope we will sometime do another talk again, maybe more about the deep state agendas, something about more about the Svarus, or who knows? No?
Okay.
Whatever. And thank you for coming, and we wish you a wonderful night, great dreams, and many greetings to the Svarus from our side, and all the best to you.
Yeah, I would sign
it. You would sign it? Okay. Well, then, thank you to you both as well for the invitation. We can definitely meet again sometime in the future. And many greetings to your nice day that you have. I can see it shining, I think. So it looks like a nice day. And greetings to all the viewers and my viewers and your viewers. Visit our channel and visit our website, and for sure you'll find many interesting information there. And also you have to go to Mari Svaru channel, which is Svaru Oficial, like in Spanish, Oficial, because that's Mari Svaru, who is 15-year-old on the ship, one of Svarus. She's making her videos herself from the ship directly, okay, writing all that information. So that's pretty amazing too. And the videos are coming out every day in Spanish and English. So thank you again. It's been great. I always feel I could have said more, but I don't remember everything.
Talk for days, I think.
Yes, I think
so. But it was amazing to have you here and talk to you, and I really love it.
Yeah, me too. I love your energy and how you are very peaceful. So it makes me feel peaceful as well, and very inquisitive at the same time. Like I'm inquisitive as well, and analytical and open, and in general, overall, great, harmonious feeling.
We feel the same. No? Yeah. You have a great energy, and it's you can feel it, no? Within the conversation, no?
Normally,
the energy is building up, or we're building our energy up each other. No?
Normally, you feel drained, or we feel drained after a long talk or something like that, but it's not with you. It's different. Yeah. So it's nice.
I missed the last sentence, and I think it was a good one, but I missed it.
Normally, when we have a long talk, we feel drained, lack of energy, but it's not. With you, it's different. So it's a nice talk. It's a good talk. It's an energetically talk. So good one.
Yeah, because I feel the same way. Like I feel drained when I talk for a long time, but here it's like with you, I feel I'm still centered and grounded. It's not like I'm coming out of myself, somewhere like to create a specific personality. It's not like I'm always myself, but I mean, with you, it's like I feel more peaceful and more grounded, and like I don't have to jump out of my skin too much to be excited or to share, like just I'm myself in a peaceful way.
Don't have to play a role or something, huh? You don't have to play a role, huh?
Can you repeat? I didn't hear you very well.
You don't have to play a role.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't want more connected.
You are back.
You're back.
Yeah, we have to go because this is freezing all the time.
So we will finish the talk now because our internet is very unstable. So it was very nice to have you here, and thank to all our viewers. And we will put all your links down and in the description and everywhere. Sowieso. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Bye-bye to everybody.
Bye-bye, Gosha. Thank you for being here with us. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for invitation. Bye-bye.